The following recordings were documented by user Domadius. The young man just moved into a new apartment and states that recently pretty unusual events started unfolding. Doors moving by themselves and noises out of nowhere. This night he started to film these encounters. In particular, the bathroom seems to be a really curious room.
Is anybody in here? What in the... Hello? I swear you bet. Hello? You better not be pranking me right now. Oh! Guys, you literally will not believe this. I literally just had that door thing happening. And now I have that happening. There is nobody in there. And now I have my lights going on and off when I'm trying to sleep. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has been happening for the past 5 minutes. And like, how is anybody supposed to sleep? What the?
Did something peek out of the bathroom here?
Hello?
A few moments later, the poltergeist activity only intensifies.
Hey guys, just waking up, getting ready for work, and here we go once again. We got this door moving. We got my bathroom door moving. Hey, please stop, spirits. Please. I'm actually, like, honestly scared to go check right now, because what if something's like... Oh my... Oh. Please stop. Please.
But one of the most terrifying encounters was just about to unfold when Domadius woke up the same night and, yet again, heard some strange noises from the bathroom. The following unfolded. There was something standing in front of the closet. People believe that it was a negative shadow entity that likes to play tricks on him in there. How creepy. Hello guys, the following video was shared by a young man who stated that there have been reports of odd shadow sightings by several of his family members. Sometimes they see somebody standing in the corner of their house when nobody else should be in that room. There also have been reported bangs in the middle of the night that freak the family out ever so often. The house itself is built in a relatively rural area. And in another video, the uploader shows the outside of the house. A bricked fence is guarding the premises, so chances for an intruder in the middle of the night are slim, yet of course not impossible. The night in question, the son alerted his mother, because once again, he saw somebody walking around in the morning. Let's see what was going on there.
No, walis ka. Saan ka nanggaling? Bumalik ka doon. Hindi ka namin kailangan dito.
Ayan o, ayan o, ayan o. Oh. Oh, bumilis! Alis!
Kung sino ka man, umalis ka!
Bumilis, Sammy, bumilis. Nagtawag ka nga ng guard. Ayan o. Mami, guard. Hindi lang namaris.
One of the commentators states, if you look closely at the bottom of the shadow, you can literally see that it extends past the bottom of the window frame. so it's somebody walking in the house, not somebody walking outside. Could that be so? What exactly was walking, either outside or inside of the house? The shape itself looks really inhumane, really thin and wispy, wouldn't you agree? Maybe it was just a person walking around after all. It's impossible to say, but it definitely leaves one wondering. The following capture was found by user Noodlepoots, and he felt the need to share it in the paranormal section. He got a strange motion alert by his Nest camera that sent him a really eerie preview image. What is that? A face? His camera certainly believed to have seen an unidentified person that night. When Noodle checked the live feed on the camera, the strange thing that looked like a face was not there anymore. So, was it just pareidoia? Or something inexplicable? A mysterious intruder, perhaps? Now we want to analyze a video that was recorded by Juan Lastra, a truck driver from Argentina that was on a nightly trip with his rig to deliver some merchandise. Juan has mounted a dashcam to the window of his truck for security purposes, a common sight nowadays. After all, you never know if you might be involved in an accident or other incident that requires you to have some evidence on hand. The following night, this camera captured a really interesting incident, to say the least. He was on a regular route, and nothing strange had transpired during any of his prior nightly road trips. However, this was about to change. At the time of this recording, Juan noticed something on the road, but didn't really know what was going on. He decided to check the recording out after he had arrived home the following night, and then he saw this. A black object is running across the road. It certainly does not look like an animal. And it just passes milliseconds before the truck would hit it. So what could this mysterious shape be? Juan states that he doesn't believe it to be a bug on the windshield, for example. After all, he can see a shadow on the road that was cast through the headlights. So, is it a paranormal entity? Hard to say, since it is said that they don't cast shadows. What's our explanation here, guys? Another mysterious video, that's for sure. This clip was sent by Tony, and he found it on the profile of Starzy. Starzy creates a lot of videos with her creepy doll. She takes it to all kinds of places, and sometimes has even tea parties with it. This night she was out at a local river. She was filming another silly clip when somebody else snuck onto this video. A young woman in a black dress, which seems to be pointing at something in the distance. Starzy didn't mention it at all, and only her viewers pointed out that there might have been a ghost girl on the recording. It certainly is a bit spooky, and if it wasn't one of her friends, what could be the reason for this? Next has been uploaded by Taryn Deffen, and she shared the following due to her rising concerns. Taryn states, "This thing has been making contact of some sort with 2 of my kids. It started out talking to the 2-year-old, and it keeps her up every night. She's usually laughing and talking with it. But one night we heard her telling it no and to go away, but it never went away. My son thought he heard me in the room talking to her, but I wasn't there. We were told to burn nettle salt and Palo Santo, so we did. But it kept going out and wouldn't stay lit. Every time we tried to light it, a song would come on by itself on the radio. It would play for 5 seconds and then turn off, and it kept doing that. It would stop until we tried to burn that stuff again. The song is silly, but it is All American Rejects, Move Along and Leave Me Alone. Those songs are not even on our playlist. Every night I see a ton of orbs. I counted over 25 in a 6 minutes time frame, and it looks like the 2-year-old can see the orbs as well, and she watches them fly by around the room. Do any of you have any advice for us? Let's take a look at Terran's capture. A humanoid shape can be seen, standing next to the 2 crypts. The head is looking upwards, and that thing seems to be in mid-walk, crouched forward a bit. A Class A capture of this apparition for sure. Should this be a real image? What can you see here? If this isn't a hoax, of course, a person in some form of onesie. Could it be paranormal anomaly that likes to talk to the little children? I wonder if this thing is attached to anybody living in this house, or what caused this activity to unfold in the first place. The following videos were recorded by a user named DJ Kuna. On his account, he oftentimes shares comedic skits and stories. He also goes into personal anecdotes that he shares with the world. And it wouldn't appear that Kuna is doing these videos for any kind of recognition, or fame for that matter. In his latest videos, he shares renovation projects which he currently is working on. He gets hired for all kinds of jobs that revolve around fixing houses and such. On one of his latest gigs, he noticed that something was not quite right. He was renovating the house of a family in the US, and after a couple of days at the job, he had to document the events. He didn't tell anybody about it until he finally had proof that he could share. So, let's hear what he had to tell us.
Pues siempre pasa cuando estoy aquí solo, estoy solo en esta casa. Completamente solo, siempre que estoy solo, hay algo raro en este pasillo. Yo no lo entiendo, se lo he dicho a muchas personas y no lo entiendo y decidí grabar un TikTok. Cuando yo trabajo en esta área de acá, siempre que trabajo se escuchan pasos. Entonces, cuando me meto acá, se escucha que alguien camina arriba. Y está pasando aquí arribita. Está pasando arribita. Y no hay nada.
Isn't that really strange? This video got lots of attention. So in a follow-up, he shows his viewers some of the hidden rooms upstairs. Rooms that were hidden away, and which he finds unusual.
Acá hay una puerta que lleva... Uy, güey, no abre. Ahí está. A una máquina, un calentón. Y aquí hay otra puerta chiquitita que da a un ático escondido. Sigo grabando para que vea la gente. Este es como que un cuarto escondido. No hay nada acá. No hay nada. Y acá hay un pasillo.
So, in the end, what do you think happened here? Is this house haunted?
Y está pasando aquí arribita. Está pasando arribita. Y no hay nada.
Another mysterious encounter in my book. Now it's time for a new adventure from our paranormal enthusiast, Dark Ghost, who's making it back into an abandoned but very creepy house in which he could capture some mysterious activity in the past. At first he suspected that the former owner of this house is still making his presence known through poltergeist activity. However, several EVP sessions later, Dark Ghost was sure that he was dealing with a demonic force here. As per usual, he sets up his nightshot cameras in several of the rooms, and then starts to contact the spirit realm in a little crawl space underneath the house. Only after a few minutes, he can hear a strange sound, which he believes to have been a cough. An ominous omen of what's to come. An old telephone placed on the table starts to ring, and then the following unfolds. Dark makes it back up into the house, when another old phone that he finds placed in a piece of luggage starts ringing. Then, a few minutes of silence before something seems to be attacking Dark. And indeed, a black mass is appearing right behind him. Could it be the demonic entity that Dark was describing? A really crazy encounter. Let's see if Dark will be back to this house in the future.